What are possessive? Possessive का मतलब क्या होता है? Possessive का मतलब होता है ownership बताना, ये मेरा है, ये आपका है, ये किसी का है. This is mine, this is hers. This table belongs to Bashadi or this house belongs to Zainab. जो ऐसा जो possession, किसी की ownership जब बताते हैं, that is called possession. वो मेरा है या किसका है? ये किसका है? The general question you answer is ये किसका है? So that shows the ownership. That ownership is called possession, and we can put it as possessive noun. So we will learn more about possessive nouns. We just started in the last class. This will be included for your FA2. FA2 के बारे में थोड़ा बहुत और बता देती हूँ मैं. I'm going to give you some dictation words in Google Classroom today. I will be giving you some dictation words in Google Classroom today. Your task will be, you will write one time in your notebooks and send me a clear picture. I want everyone to send me a clear picture of what you are writing in your notebook. ठीक है? Second, you will learn those words. Dictation का मतलब ये नहीं है आप लिख के मुझे एक बार भेजा दोगे. That's not sufficient. That's not enough. You have to learn all those words. I will be giving you a test for that. So anytime this week or next week. This is also included for your FA2. Dictation is included for your FA2. So I'm sharing some words in Google Classroom. Please make sure you write those words and learn those words as well. You have to learn the spellings also. That will be included for your FA2. Okay. Third is I will ask you to read a paragraph or any story. कुछ भी मैं पढ़ने के लिए बता सकती हूँ. And I will assess how your reading is, how fluently you are able to read, how properly you are able to pronounce the words, how you are able to modulate your tone. What is modulation of your tone? Modulation is nothing but आप ऊंचा कब बोलते हो, नीचे कब बोलते हो. When we are reading, we have to make it exciting. You cannot just simply read any storybook. जैसे कि it's just a paragraph. नहीं. When we are reading, I've already discussed with you, you need to keep your tone modulation. You have to modulate your tone. उसका मतलब है कि कब ऊंचा बोलना है. When you're talking about something which is really exciting, तो आप आपकी आवाज ऊंची कर देते हो थोड़ा. Yes, you raise your volume. And when you're talking about something which is not good, which is sad, you will lower your volume. आप कम आवाज में बोलते हो. Like if I say, what a beautiful handwriting, मैं बोलूं what a beautiful handwriting, that doesn't sound good. If I say, wow, what a beautiful handwriting, कैसा कैसा बदलता है. देखिए how it changes the atmosphere, how it changes the entire. It's just a simple sentence, but the way I tell will make a change. Now if I say, wow, what a good handwriting, is that sounding good? Obviously no. But if I raise my tone, wow, what a good handwriting, so that changes the entire, the way you speak, the way you tell a point, it changes. And if I say, अच्छा अब मैं अब बुरी handwriting के बारे में, wow, what a bad handwriting, will I tell like this? How stupid it will be if I tell like this, right? So I say, oh, this is not good. So I am reducing, lowering my volume here. मैं अपनी आवाज नीचे कर देती हूँ. That is most important when you are reading something, how you raise your volume and how you lower your volume. And not to forget your stress and pause. When do you have to stress, especially when we use adjectives. When we use adjectives, we stress a lot. Now, beautiful dress. Now, I'm stressing on that word, beautiful, lovely garden. तो मैंने वो adjectives पे stress किया है to make it look more interesting, make it sound more interesting. Yes, so I cannot say lovely garden. ऐसे बोल दो, it doesn't sound interesting, it doesn't look good. But अगर मैंने उस चीज को change करके beautiful garden, see the way how it changes, right? It makes you more interested in listening to the story or something. So reading में these things are very important. Your tone modulation, your stress and pause, and the fluency. कितनी आराम से आप पढ़ सकते हो. So you need to keep practicing for this. बगैर practice के आप फास्ट नहीं रीड कर सकते, फ्लुएंसी नहीं आती, प्रोनाउंसिएशन बराबर नहीं आता. You have to follow all these things when you are reading something. That is what I will be looking at when I'm asking you to read for FA2. Okay, any doubts with this? किसी को कुछ doubt है? Yes, Basha. Do you have a doubt? You can switch on your mic and ask. You're fine? Yeah, thank you. If you have understood, please give me a thumbs up, all of you. किसी को doubt है, कुछ भी पूछना है, तो please raise your hand and ask me doubt. Thank you. Most of you have given a, yes, essence of reading. Essence of reading comes only when you create that interest. When you create that interest in reading, if you just read even an interesting story in a blunt way, that's not going to sound interesting. But even if if the story is boring, you can make it interesting with your tone modulation. ठीक है? आप जैसे आवाज ऐसे जैसे पढ़ते हो उससे आप इंटरेस्टिंग बना सकते हो. Even a boring story, and even a nice good story can sound boring if you make it look really blank and blunt. Okay, with that we'll just move on to the kinds of nouns. हमने collective पढ़ लिया है. Collective is nothing when you are talking about a collection of things. That is collective nouns. What is possession? Possessive. Possessive is to show the ownership. Ownership of something. Who owns it? किसका है ये? This table belongs to me. This table belongs to someone else. So this is showing the ownership. These nouns are called possessive nouns. Let me quickly share with you something. Can you all see my screen? Yes.
Punctuate them in sentences. Sometimes you will be adding an apostrophe S, and sometimes you will simply add the apostrophe after the S. Boys and girls, you will need to take notes from this.
Is it audible to everyone?
In your notebook. First of all, what is a possessive noun? Well, possessive nouns are used to show possession. Possession's a big word. It means that you own or that you have something. For example, this boy owns this thinking cap. We would say that this is the boy's thinking cap. If you think of something that you might own, then that means that it is your possession. For example, a water bottle that you have on your desk is your water bottle. It is your possession. How might we punctuate that in a sentence? Well, here's our first example.
Now listen to this sentence carefully. The word dogs is the possessive noun. Read the sentence about the dog's collar is too large. Obviously, dog is a noun. Dog is a noun. But हमने जैसा वहाँ पे apostrophe. What is an apostrophe? What is an apostrophe? Yes, this sign which you can see above, बीच में dog, D-O-G, apostrophe S है, right? If you can see that sign above the G, that is called an apostrophe. When you add an apostrophe and an S, that becomes a possessive noun. सिर्फ अगर dog अगर if I take, that is a common noun. मैंने कहा कि the dog is running, the dog is the common noun there. But now look at the sentence. The dog's collar is too large. Dogs, जहाँ पे हमने apostrophe S लिखा है, that means this becomes a possessive noun. Most often possessive nouns will have an apostrophe and S. Apostrophe and S. Isn't it very simple to understand? Most often it has an apostrophe and a S. That becomes a possessive noun. Again, I'm repeating, if I have to just say the dog was running fast, in this sentence, the word dog is a common noun. But if you look at the sentence written here, the dog's collar is too large. The dog's collar is too large, where you have an apostrophe S after the word dog. This is a possessive noun. किसका collar बड़ा है? The dog's collar is very large.
The only thing you need to write down for your example is this top part here. Please make sure to change the color as you see up here in your notes as well. So our first example, the dog's collar is too large. The word dogs is the possessive noun. It tells you that the noun collar belongs to the dog. The dog owns or possesses the collar. So to show that the collar belongs to the dog, we add an apostrophe s to the end of the singular noun to make it possessive. So we would call dogs the possessive noun because the collar belongs to the dog. So dog apostrophe s. Now this is different from plurals. Sometimes when a word ends in an s, or many times when it ends in an s, it means there's more than one thing. But in this example, we only have one dog. We do not have more than one dog
Here, the apostrophe s does not mean it's a plural of dog. Dog ka plural is definitely dogs, but you don't add an apostrophe s when you write the plural form. So don't get confused when it is an apostrophe s. ये एक ही dog है. It's a singular noun. But dog ka plural is dogs, dogs, but there is no apostrophe s. Without an apostrophe, or if you just add s to that word dog, that becomes a plural. But when you add an apostrophe and s, it is still singular. It's not 2 or 3 dogs. It's not a plural. ये ज्यादा नहीं है, एक ही dog के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं यहाँ पे. We are not talking about many dogs. We are talking only about one dog when we have apostrophe s. Without an apostrophe, if you just put an s, then that becomes a plural. Is that clear? किसी को कुछ doubt है तो please stop and ask me here. Has anyone got doubt? Are you clear about it? Yes, thank you, Sridhar. When you add an apostrophe, it is still a singular form. It is in the singular form. आप बगैर apostrophe के अगर yes डालोगे, dog is a singular, dogs becomes plural. Okay, I need more thumbs up. इफ्तिखार आप समझे नहीं अभी. Huzaifa, have you understood? All the students who are out of the camera, please leave the meeting and go. You don't need to be in the class. If your cameras are switched on, you can go away. I don't need you in the class. Yes. Thank you. I think most of you have understood. So can we practice some sentences using this kind of a possessive noun? We will. Okay. I'll just share this with you. Probably, yeah. You can just write few sentences using an apostrophe s and post it in the chat box. That will be better. Only to me. सबको post मत करिए, सिर्फ मुझे post करिए, because everyone will be able to view and they might copy. So if you have a sentence, quickly post it in the chat box and send it only to me. Quick. 2 minutes, we have to continue with the class. I'm waiting. Okay. Okay. Nahi. See that the cat belongs to my neighbors. Okay. So let me go check what it is. I hate the lion. Where is the possessive noun here? Where is the possessive? Lion is a common noun. Books shop नहीं, books shop नहीं होता, book shop है. Books shop बोल के एक word ही नहीं है, books shop नहीं होता. It's just a book shop. Books अगर plural में भी है तो आप book shop बोलेंगे, books shop नहीं होता. That's an incorrect word. The horse belongs के बाद there is no apostrophe. We do not write belongs with an apostrophe. Yes, no, that's wrong again. Is that Bashadi's book? Yes, this is correct. बादशाह दी, लेकिन आपने बी स्मॉल लिखा है. बी, your name cannot start with a small letter. You need to make sure you write a capital letter when you begin your name or when you begin your sentence. This is something we learned in your spelling rules also. Boys are playing football. Safwan, nahi, बिल्कुल भी नहीं. That's completely incorrect. boys कैसा होता? Boys एक plural है. Boys के बाद अगर आप लिखेंगे और boys लिखेंगे, that complete word is wrong. बादशाह, okay, ठीक है. Okay, that's okay. खतीजा ने अच्छा लिखा. That is my dad's tool. That's good. That's my dad's. So she's given DAD apostrophe S. So dad's is the possessive noun है यहाँ पे. Okay, so Bashadi, you're not able to still hear me. Can you hear me now? Yeah, thank you. So that's good. So I'll just put this sentence, that is my dad's tool, or that is my dad's car. Excellent. So that the word dad's is a possessive noun there. Chaliye, we'll just go back.
So that is why we have an apostrophe S here. We're showing that the collar belongs to the dog. So that is the difference between possessive nouns with apostrophe S and a regular S that makes it plural. Let's look at another example. The sky's color is changing. This is the part you need to write down in your notes, boys and girls, this example. So let's see. Sky is my possessive noun here because we're talking about the sky's color. The color that we're referring to belongs to the sky, so we add an apostrophe S. So we add that apostrophe S to the end of a plural noun that does not end with an S. Boys and girls, you may pause the video if you need a few more minutes to finish writing your example. When you are ready, push play to begin the lesson again. Our next example.
Now, read the sentence. We saw the children's snowman.
Here that you need to write down is up here. We saw the children's snowman. All right, so sometimes, boys and girls, the possessive noun is plural, or it means more than one already. So children here, we're talking about more than one child.
Okay, did you understand? Usually we add an apostrophe S to a singular form of a noun. Singular जो होता है, singular मतलब एक, right? Dog, cow, table, pen, pencil. अगर हम एक चीज with a singular, उसको अगर हम apostrophe S डालेंगे तो that does not become plural. वो still it is a singular noun only. लेकिन children is already a plural, correct? Child, singular form of children is child. Singular form of children is child. Child का आपको plural है children. Now I cannot say we saw the children's snowman. कितना sentence is looking very incorrect. The sentence is not sounding correct. So how would I put the sentence? We saw the children's snowman. Sometimes, very rarely, we might have to add an apostrophe S to a plural word. Plural है, क्योंकि children is a plural. Children का मतलब होता है बहुत ज़्यादा बच्चों को children बोलते हैं. एक बच्चे को child बोलते हैं. बहुत ज़्यादा बच्चों को children बोलते हैं. तो most often the apostrophe S is added only when it is singular. एक चीज को, my bottle, pen, pencil, लैपटॉप, फोन, माउस, वॉच, ये सब सिंगुलर चीजें हैं, उसको हम apostrophe S डालते हैं to make it a possessive noun. But very rarely we add an apostrophe S to a plural noun. Children is a plural form of the word child. Students, if you're not getting something, please stop and ask me. सबको समझ में आ रहा है यहाँ तक? So we are discussing so many things. Singular, plural भी हम पढ़ रहे हैं. Singular means एक चीज, plural means ज़्यादा चीज. ये तो हम बचपन से पढ़ते हुए आ रहे हैं, right? Right from PP1 we learned what is singular, what is plural. We've been learning right from PP1. So we should not be confused about that. I'm telling. I think students will just finish off this. If we get logged out, try to log in again. Okay? We'll finish off this possessive nouns today. So if you get logged out, log in quickly again. Okay?
About a whole bunch. That's why the word is children. When we have a plural noun here, you add apostrophe S to the end, as long as it does not end with an S. We'll look at that example in a minute here. So we have children plus that apostrophe S. We add only the apostrophe to the end of a plural noun that ends with an S. Okay, and we'll look at that example next here. So sometimes when we have a plural noun, let's go back here and look at dog. Or a singular noun, dog, there's only one dog. We add that apostrophe S. When there's more than one person or more than one thing for the noun here, we still add an apostrophe S. Now, the only time that changes is when we have a noun, a plural noun that ends in an S. That's when things start to get a little tricky. So our next example here is going to change things up a little bit here. My sisters' names are Kate and Nikki.
Okay, so this is a key one. Now you need to clearly understand this. My sisters' names are Kate and Nikki. We are talking about plural क्योंकि दो लोग हैं यहाँ पे, right? Kate and Nikki. We are talking about two sisters. उनके नाम के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं, which is already a plural. Now what do we do here?
Right, so if we look here at our possessive noun here, why do we have the apostrophe after the S? Well, in this case, we are talking about more than one person. Sisters' names are Kate and Nikki. We're talking about two girls, two sisters. Because it ends in an S, we will add the apostrophe after the S.
मतलब यहाँ पे already plural की बात कर रहे हैं. Already this word is ending with an S. It is ending with a S. तो हम जो है एक और add करोगे तो it will not sound correct. So what do? We write sisters and just put an apostrophe without adding an extra S. We are not adding sisters. The word is already brothers, sisters. ये already हमको जो है S से end हो रहा. We cannot add apostrophe and another S. How will we put that? We will just write the word sisters and put an apostrophe mark ऊपर to show the possessiveness, to show the possessive noun. Okay? Is there any doubt in this? Anyone? I will stop and ask you all, do you have any doubts in this? Hope everybody is... nobody is asking me a question, so I understand that. Yes, Khatija. Do you have a doubt or you just want to show that you have understood?